Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming in. This is RhinoManSlots. I'm your host, RhinoMan, aka Tom or Tim, whichever one you want to call it. But tonight we have an awesome guest. Okay, this guest has a slot channel, but however, has never been to Las Vegas. We're going to find out about that in a minute and find out why that is. If you have a slot channel, you haven't been to Vegas, that for me, that's crazy. I guess I take it for granted that I'm only a couple of hours away. But first, as I do, I got three questions for you. First question is, if you were going to Vegas for the first time, what would be the must-see thing for you? I don't know. You tell me. What would be your must-see thing if you were going to Vegas for the first time? Question two, what places in your state do other people come to, but you've never been to? For the longest time, I lived in San Francisco and I never went to Alcatraz, not even once. But as soon as I moved out of San Francisco, our first trip back, we went to Alcatraz. That's one of the things. The last question is, have you ever thought about creating content around those places that you've never been to or you take for granted because they're in your state? You figure you could see them anytime you want. That's question three. Those are just three questions to trick the mind into thinking about new ideas for your channel. Hey, you see it across the top there. Tonight's channel supporter is Gambling Granny. I watch her channel a lot. She's been on the show. Love her. Love the support that she gives the community. Her and Dice do a good job every Friday night. If you haven't checked out her show, go on a Friday night where they're doing some picking and scratching. Check it out. It's a wonderful show. Hey, who do we got in the chat? I see Sister Yoshi. Thank you for coming in. She's always over. Thank you for coming in. Gamblers Unknown. Stacy, a slot channel. It's a slot machine. Simon, she's coming up tomorrow morning with Slot Savvy Pamela K. They get up in their pajamas and they go live. Oklahoma Casino Review Slots. Thank you for coming in. Hey, I'm going to do my best. We have something coming up. I'm going to try and make it. If I can, I will definitely be there. Tell Melissa for sure if I can make it. You know how that goes. Pit Straight Gorillas was in here bright and early. They need help with their channel. Hey, guys, reach me on RhinoManSlots@gmail.com. I have some stuff to tell you. I've looked at your channel. I can help you out quite a bit. Simmy Scratch and Ernie, you had a wonderful live today. I really appreciated that. Like to watch you travel in your rig. I'd like to know how long you've been doing that for. So if you're still in here, let me know. Would love to know how long you've been doing that. Wow, I'm just losing the chat here. Got some new Gamblers Unknown. It was all. I did see something from Gamblers. Gotta read that. What was it? The pyramids. El Wedo Slots is in the house. I'll have to go back to that comment. Sorry, I missed it, bro. Drop it again. Gracie's Lucky Slot, our Luck Slots. Thank you for coming in. I saw Lolo in the house. Thank you for coming in, Lolo. I know you got a live in about 30 minutes here. I appreciate you coming in. Right after this, I'll go over and support you as well. Love it. Thank you. El Wedo's got Thursday night. His restaurant opens. Bro, I know you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off right now. Please take it easy, relax, breathe. Everything's gonna be good. You have good food, nice spot. Don't worry about it. Hey guys, let's get him in. He was in the event on Saturday. Don't know if you caught his live, but it was right after mine. That Slots guy. Let's get him in here. Yo, bro, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. It's going great.
You see that Slots gal sneaking in the back?
Hey, I see her. She just popped in the back. She can come on camera. It's all good. So tell everybody, one, who you are and where you're located.
So that Slots guy, my actual name is Pat.
Okay.
That Slots gal, my wife, Caitlin. She got a new phone today, so she's messing with that. She's all excited. Ordered it in December and got it today.
Nice. Real 20 Slots, thank you for coming in.
So we are actually located just a couple minutes outside of Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So I always feel for Gamblers Unknown when he talks about the cold, because we're probably pretty close to that same weather around here. We got 40 degrees today, I think. So
it was like 45.
Yeah, 45.
And that was hot.
Awesome. Walked out, my car felt hot, had to roll the window down, 45 degrees.
Wow. You're wearing shorts now, right? 45
Yeah,
degrees. That's
I wear
weather.
shorts all year round. I have a problem.
So Wisconsin. Okay, we'll get into casinos near you and everything else. Tell everybody about your business, because you have a business outside of YouTube. What you do? Tell everybody.
Yeah. So we actually own a CrossFit gym together, Caitlin and I. That's where we're at right now because our Wi-Fi at home sucks. So we wanted to make sure this was a good stream. But we've had open the gym. Our first class was January of 2018, I think.
Okay.
Started setting stuff up in November, got it ready to go. We've been going ever since. We've actually moved the gym twice. Moved into a bigger space. Long story, but the people bought out the building and we got tossed. They didn't want to share with anybody, so we had to move back to another space. But it was lucky for us, our original spot was open, so we're back home. We're in our original gym from 2018.
Okay. So I'll touch on your gym in a minute. That Slots gal, what does she do?
Go ahead.
What? You can
Yeah.
tell.
No, she
Okay.
actually just changed her position. She, if everybody can do the math on this, she left for basic training for the Army January of 2020.
Okay.
So talk about your all-time bad timing. Right a couple months before everything started shutting down for COVID, she's always kind of dreamed that she would be in the military, so she joined the Army. She's actually National Guard now, and she'd have to explain what her job title is and such to you, because she just started this last week in a new position. So
Yeah, my job is my qualification is a 92 Yankee for any military people watching and knowing what that is. That's in supply and logistics. But I'm actually going to a school to reclass my MOS and get a secondary in human resources.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me switch this around real quick here.
bodyguard, fireman, a cop.
Yeah.
There we go. I had to switch the screens because on the TV you're being wow, you're being covered by the chat, but so now it's only my face that's being covered. So. Okay, so you're in the military. Thank you for your service, but I have to ask you guys this. You said she went to basic training January 2020?
Yep.
Okay, so when did you guys get married?
January of 2020.
So technically, since she was gone for so long, you guys are newlyweds still, right?
Yes.
Feels that way.
Yeah, we actually have been kind of sharing with people that we never really had the wedding that we wanted, just because of the situation. So we got married in our gym.
Okay.
Just close family, friends. Each one of us had one person stand up. No honeymoon, no reception.
Vegas.
So
that could be our honeymoon
Vegas
someday.
Vegas is going to be your honeymoon. Hey, that's the best honeymoon for any gambler. And we're going to get into why you haven't been to Vegas yet. That seems to be a travesty, especially for somebody that has a slot channel out there. Lolo Slot said she's renewing her vows in Vegas. So
that's awesome.
That is
us renew our vows in Vegas. Maybe.
Hey, that might be something there. You could get it all in
So
one.
we are actually
Denver.
meeting up with Lolo in Vegas.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And what days are you going to Vegas? I think I had it here. You're going to be in Vegas the 18th through the 26th.
Yep, April 18th through the 26th. So if anybody's around, look us up. You guys can definitely Facebook message me. If I see anybody doing live streams, I'm going to sneak up on you.
Hey, there you go. Check Cosmo, Rampart. There's a few
Right, we'll have to
casinos,
walk everywhere to find people.
but it's going to be sensory overload for you first time in Vegas for sure. But anybody out there, if you guys are going to be in Vegas the 18th through the 26th, definitely hit them up. Vic T Slots lives out there. Brazen Slots. You said you're going to meet Lolo out there, so hey, that's
Yep.
all good. You're going to have quite a few people to hang out with and do some collabs with because that's kind of fun to do.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
So you started your business in 2017, 2018, correct?
Opened up in 2018. Yep.
Okay. How did your business do during COVID? What did you do?
Yeah, so that was really something because she was actually gone through the first 6 months of COVID.
Okay.
So when all of the restrictions came down, we actually had to close for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So to keep our membership active, we actually allowed people just to come into the gym and just take
Okay.
home whatever they wanted.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if it wasn't bolted to the floor, it was free game. They could take it home with them. And then we did Zoom classes to just keep everybody active. And yeah, it was difficult to say the least. But
Okay.
I think during the entire span of being closed, we didn't lose a single member. We have an amazing, amazing community of people here. So everybody really stood behind us. It was awesome.
That is actually fantastic that you didn't lose a member. Let me say hi to a couple of people. I see T-Town Gambler in the house. I see Kissy Cat, Casino Lady Slots. Thank you guys for coming in. Really appreciate it. So
Good luck.
you did Zoom classes, you said.
Yep.
Did you charge for Zoom classes?
Nope.
Or just something to be fair? Because I was involved with a Taekwondo studio for a while when my son was growing up, and even after he graduated and went to college and everything else, I was still involved with the school. So they had a hard time conducting classes at the studio. So most of the time they did it in the parking lot with a lot of distance in between them all, or they did Zoom classes. But again, he did charge for those classes for the instruction, even though it wasn't face to face. I was just wondering if that was something that you did, or if it was just something to keep you active while everybody was.
Yeah, we didn't change anything. So right when it first started, the minute we found out we were going to have to close, we put an offer out to all of our members and said, hey, here's the deal. You guys can all freeze your memberships until we reopen. Not one person froze their membership. Everybody refused to stop paying us during it. So literally every person kept their membership active the whole time.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it helped us survive. It was tough.
Dog Parents Online is coming in. We're going to get to his journey in a moment here. But thank you for coming in, Dog Parents. Brazen Slots is in the house. Okay, so you worked through COVID. You guys were separated by work, but how was that? How was that going back and forth relationship? FaceTime, how did that work out for you?
Yeah, if you know the military, there's two parts to basic training. There's basic, and then there's AIT, which is like your instructional training for what you're going to go into. The entire time you're in basic training, you have no contact.
Okay.
So the first, is it?
Yes.
3 months.
There were like 2 times where they gave us our cell phones. Like they took. I'm an adult. Like, why are you taking my cell phone from me? It's so weird. They took our cell phones, like hid them in a locked storage unit, and gave them to us twice while we were there for 10 minutes. You had a 10-minute window, and if you didn't turn it in, you'd get in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of phone calls that were like, "Hey, love you, how you doing? Good to see you. Anything new?"
Yeah.
Lots of fast talking for 10 minutes.
Well, and it's devastating. Like, I had friends who were calling their husbands, wives, parents, and no one answered. And that was it, and they had to turn their phone in.
Wow. Wow, that would be traumatic for me.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so now let's get to the gambling portion of it. How long
Yeah.
have you been gambling?
Forever.
Forever.
I started as soon as I could walk in a casino legally.
Okay.
So many, many years ago. So we used to have the casino that I go to in Madison used to just be a bingo casino.
Okay.
And somebody would have to help me with which one it is. I think it's class 2.
Okay.
Maybe that they have to have. So every machine in the entire casino has a bingo card on it now, even because of the location of it.
Okay.
They can't have a fully functional, like, just throw whatever machine you want to in there. So the Madison casino is kind of limited on games because they have to figure out a way that they can work them, as the bingo is how you win.
Oklahoma Casino Review says yes, class 2. You're correct.
Yeah. So everything's class 2. So there's a bingo card that's on the machine, and it used to be that the bingo count like a bingo, so you could literally watch this little bingo card, see if you got like 5 across or 5 down or a diagonal, and then you'd know if the slot machine was going to win on that spin.
Well, I think that's how it still is. I'm not 100% sure. Oklahoma Casino Review would be able to justify that, but I think the bingo cards are what you win. It's not necessarily the reels, from what I remember from our review. So
the reels are for entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
But the thing that they've done now is they have a button that you can hide the bingo card, and you can win on like a scatter bingo. So you really don't know what's coming anymore. And a lot of the machines don't show the bingo win until the reels stop. So it used to kind of take the excitement out of it a little bit, but now it's easier to avoid seeing what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, pattern wins. They do that. So like a majority of the time, if you get a hand pay, they'll come over. So we still have to go through the slot attendant to get our hand pays. The slot attendant comes, fills out the sheet, and it says won on random pattern.
So Slot Sister just came in. She says, "Hi there. Sorry I'm late. Hey, Pat. Hey, Tom."
Slot Sister. Hello.
She didn't say hi to me. I'm kidding.
Caitlin's here with me.
Yes, Slot Sisters in the house. And yes, Oklahoma Casino Review. Do they have bingo patterns that are Coronas, 4 Coronas in the corners or something like that? That would be a good one. Are they all red screens for you?
No. There's actually the only red screens they have are the Hunt for Neptune's Gold.
Okay.
So they don't have any other ones.
Okay. How many casinos are near you? What do you have around you? Wisconsin.
So where I'm at, where we live is about a half hour each direction to the Ho Chunk casinos. So there's one in Madison, there's one in Wisconsin Dells. Okay. And then I think total in the state, there's 5 different Ho Chunk casinos.
Okay.
But then like Mr. Handpay is out of Potawatomi. That's like an hour drive from here. Dubuque, Iowa is another like maybe hour and a half drive. Okay. And they've got a couple of casinos in Iowa. but
Okay.
kind of limited to where we're at. Like drive time wise, it would be a couple hours to go to other stuff.
Well, you're half an hour away from a casino. In my book, that's really close. That's right around the
Yeah,
corner.
two of them. I have two options. So yeah, most people don't have 1.5 hour each direction. I split my time. I try to go to both every week, get my free play in, try and get some
Okay.
videos done.
So Wisconsin Dells, that's where SD guy films a lot, right?
Yes, he used to. I don't see him anymore at the casino. I used to see him almost every week. I haven't seen him in a while.
Okay, and tell us the story because I remember you did say one time that you had permission. You and SD guy were the only two that had permission to film at which casino was that? Was that Dell?
It's in the Dells. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So every time I go up there, every time I walk in, I start with security and I just say, "I'm here. I'm going to record." And they look at me and they're like, "Yep, you're on the board." And one of the security, he was like the security night shift supervisor, came over to talk to me once. And he's like, "Yeah, it's just you and this other guy." And I was like, "I know who you're talking about because I see him recording here all the time." And he said, "Yeah, you two are the only ones that are on the board for like unlimited recording access."
Oh wow.
I've seen other people record there, so I don't know if we were the only ones to go through the proper channels to get it like entered into the system, but it took a lot.
Scratcher too. Thank you for coming in. JJ Slot Play, thank you for coming in. So how did you work that deal out? How did you get that permission?
So I started with my host. My host gave me a name.
Okay.
That person gave me another name. That person directed me to two different people, and I emailed just constantly for like probably a month and just said, this was back when I was first starting out. I said, "I'm starting up a slot channel." And one of the first things they said was like, "We won't do a partnership until you have 10,000 subscribers." And I was like, slow down. I want to just start recording. So I can't remember what his title is, like executive director or something like that of the casino. Was the first guy that finally replied to me and said, "All right, I'm talking to the slot floor manager. Let me work on getting something set up for you." Like 2 weeks later, he finally got back to me and said, "Yep, we'll put you on the list. Just make sure that people know that you're going to record when you come in. So it's not like you just walk in and just start up." Because every time I do, at least one security person and one slot person comes over and says, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
I'm recording. I have approval.
Well, that's fantastic. That's good that you got it. But now you got to get to 10,000 subscribers so you can get that partnership.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw was it Oklahoma this weekend? Their casino posted something for them.
Yes. Melissa at High Winds Casino posted that for him. And she's fantastic over there. I did an interview with High Winds Casino last Friday evening.
Yep.
And that casino is amazing. You go in there to record, and if you don't have a tripod, they will loan you one. So that's insane. That is a casino support right there.
It took me until this Saturday, right like a half hour before the event, before the megathon, to get my tripod approved in the Dells.
Oh, really?
They literally called everybody in security, and people came walking down, and I'm just kind of standing by this security guard like, "I'm not actually in trouble, anyone. I'm just asking questions." And they brought a lieutenant, they brought a supervisor, they brought all these people, and he's like, "Where are you going to put it?" And I was like, "In between me and the slot machine." "Okay, well, is it going to end up in the aisle? Is anybody going to have a possibility of tripping over it?" I'm like, "No, that'd be too far away. Like, I'm right here, man." He's like, "Oh yeah, as long as it's there, it's totally fine." I'm like, okay, I've been asking for this since the first day, but.
Okay, so now that you got it once, will you be able to go back and use it again?
Yes. So I asked him right away. I said, is this something that I can continue to do? And he said, as long as it doesn't ever cause problems. So
Okay.
as long as I'm not whacking people with my tripod, I guess I'm good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So there you go, guys. Persistence pays off. You got to be persistent, try and climb the ladder with the people that you're talking to. However, if you have an in with the casino host, try there first. See if they can give you a name of somebody to talk to, and just keep moving it around as much as you can.
Yeah, lots of emails. I mean, it was literally months trying to get approval.
I'm doing the same thing right now. I'll be in Arizona Thursday and Friday and Saturday. And I just got off the phone with one of the marketing people over at the casino I'm staying at. So she wants me to shoot her another email with my channel. And possibly they're going to possibly do an interview with me. I can't say the name right now, but
Awesome.
it'll be coming up soon, hopefully. But yeah, they're getting me approval to film over there for Thursday and Friday, which the last time I got there, I almost got hauled off and kicked out of the hotel room. So
just to give you an idea of how difficult that is, like how long it took me. The other casino I go to in Madison, I emailed them once and they sent me a letter. They're like, "Yep, you're approved."
Wow.
I was like, "Really? That's it?"
Have you ever been to Potawatomi?
I've been to Potawatomi a bunch of times. I haven't been recently. It's just a little bit more of a drive, and we're kind of busy. So
yeah,
both
obviously.
working full-time, both have the gym, both trying to squeeze in time for videos.
Okay, so when you guys go to play, do you guys go together all the time, or?
It's like half and half, probably.
Okay.
There'll be nights when I'll just sneak out and go play my free play and hang out. And
I'm going to get some milk and then come
back.
back.
And be gone for 3 hours.
Does she have? You know, you can put GPS on his phone, right?
How do you know? I might already have.
Slow down, people.
I might already have.
See exactly which casino he's been at which time. So you've been gambling forever. You have casinos right around you. What's the best one that you like to play at that pays you well? Obviously, does one pay better than the other?
Oh, wow. So Madison has always been the one I've won the most at.
Okay.
Like biggest numbers have come from Madison, but I end up ahead more often in Wisconsin Dells.
So is that because you walk away quicker?
Probably just knowing, like some of the jackpots I've won in Madison are massive compared to the bets I've been making.
Okay.
So like the thing that kind of really hooked me was there used to be a 3-reel machine in Madison called Ice on Fire. They just took it out, by the way. It's gone. I'm so sad. Went there last week and it was gone. They replaced it with another 3-reel, which is fine. But this Ice on Fire, man, they have it's kind of like a mini, major, minor, grand kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the grand was always, it started at $15,000.
Okay.
And it seemed like it was the easiest one to hit out of any machine I've ever played. Like to the point where I hit it once at 22,000 something.
Wow.
It reset to 15 and I was the next person to win it again a couple weeks later.
Wow. Okay, so that brings me to the question, what is your biggest win?
Probably the 22. It was like 22.8.
Okay.
But that same machine, I hit that jackpot 5 times in a year.
Wow.
So it was 22,000, ranging from 22,000 to, I think the smallest one was 17,000.
Okay, so that's why they took it out, because you were winning.
Yeah, right. It did. I mean, it hit, and The line hits were good. Everything about it, I loved it.
Wow. Wow. I wish I could say I had a 22K jackpot. My biggest, wow, I don't even come close to that. My girlfriend had a jackpot of 16K. And then again, they took the machine out of the casino. She went back to play it and it was gone. So they take the winners out.
They're targeting us.
Exactly. Okay, so you've never been to Vegas. Why is that?
So
Gamblers,
I don't know.
Gamblers unknown.
Just
Gamblers
horrible
Unknown wants to know
timing.
what machine is that, Pat? Let's do a collab on that.
Yeah, they took it out, man. It's gone.
We gotta find one.
It's called Ice on Fire. It was awesome, and they got rid of it. And it's the only one I've ever found, and it sucks because
You've
it
never been
was.
to Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's in Vegas. Maybe we'll find it in Vegas.
That's like Miss Yoshi picking that triple sparkle machine. Every time she gets this, she gets a mega or the major.
Yeah.
She's doing so much on that. JJ Slop Play said Vinny hit 13,800 and they took the machine out. That's what happens, JJ. That's what happens. They take it out right after you win big on it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So back to the question.
Vegas.
Vegas.
So I always explain it like, has anybody ever seen the Nicolas Cage movie, Leaving Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like, me personally, you would find me in a ditch somewhere, broke, drunk. Like, just Vegas would wear me out, I think, if I went too often. And I've always been a little bit afraid of it.
Well, that's usually what happens to me on the weekend when I go to Vegas.
It's just automatic.
Yeah.
But I have my regulator back here, so she's gonna make sure that I don't get too crazy.
Oh.
So yeah, honestly, it's just been really like timing. After we opened the business, there's just no way to go. Like we really had to figure out. It's hard for us because we run classes, so we're here to coach classes, and we both work. So we have to find a time where we can both be off work and we have people to cover our classes for us. So we only have 2 other people that could cover for us, and they were kind enough to jump in and take over a whole week. So we're gonna.
Now, has that slots gal been to Vegas?
Nope.
No.
First time for both.
Wow. Neither one of
them. Oh, you got it.
Wow. You had me choking there. Really? Everybody in the chat, please, if you've never been to Vegas, please post a comment right now. I want to see how many people have not been to Las Vegas. It's inconceivable to me. That's like my adult playground right there. And I'm a couple of hours away. And I might take it for granted, but
we're slightly further away.
Just a little bit, but
yeah.
Wow, I'd be curious to see if anybody has not been to Vegas.
There's no chats coming in right now.
Right.
I can join that after next month, though. I can say I've been there. So.
Of course, and you know what? I'll have my granddaughter. Like I said, the 15th, she'll be here. And to be honest, Pat, my granddaughter has been to Vegas 20 times more than you have. And she's barely 6 years old. So, yeah, she takes after her grandpa for sure.
Hi, Courtney Slots.
Let's see. Hey, Courtney Slots, thank you for coming in. So
yeah, Gamblers Unknown knows. Gamblers Unknown's comment is exactly what I think. It's 2 or 3 plane rides away, and then you have to get there. It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And believe me, it's probably cheap. The plane rides and everything are probably cheaper right now than me filling up my tank and driving to Vegas with the gas prices the way they are.
So we have Spirit Airlines out of Milwaukee.
Okay.
We have a friend that's dropping us off in Milwaukee. Round trip tickets for $150.
Hey, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah, gamblers, if you want to cruise down to Milwaukee, you can fly out of there for $150.
Wow. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Saves
so
us a little money.
You've been gambling. What made you start a YouTube channel?
It was probably the influence of other channels, just hearing people say exactly the way I think. I'm already doing it. I'm going to gamble. So why not share it and see what happens?
Exactly.
I mean, if my channel didn't exist right now, I'd still go to the casino. I wouldn't stop.
True story. Real 20 slot says just pack light because Spirit charges for luggage.
Hey, guess who's military and gets free bags?
There you go.
No bag charges at all.
Just hope they don't lose them.
Yeah, right. I've heard it's not like the perfect airline to fly on, but $150 get me from here to there. I'm good.
You can't beat it. You can't beat
Throw a
it.
bag of peanuts at me from across the aisle. I don't care.
Okay, so you started your channel just because you were gambling anyway. You have fun doing it, so you figured I'm going to go ahead and jump in and start doing it. What were your challenges when you first started your channel? Starting out. When you first started out.
So I would say something that people probably can't figure out about me if they meet me in person. I have absolutely terrifying social anxiety, like just horrible. And even being behind the camera showing the game, it's hard for me to communicate what I'm feeling because I'm just so worried about talking and having other people hear it. So it's something that I'm working to get over, but that was a huge challenge for me right in the beginning. Chris and Lou, love you guys.
Real quick, Courtney Slot said, let me see where it is here. She said I've had the worst experience on Spirit. Don't do it. First time flew, sat on a tarmac for 30 minutes because the AC was out. Third time flew, same thing happened, 2 hours on the tarmac. Wow, that's just a tough time right there. Chris and Lou Slots is coming in with the $9.99 super chat. Working, so glad to see our friends, the slot guy. Thank you so much, Chris and Lou. Really appreciate that. Hashtag P4. I do remember, Pat, that the first time you did a collaboration with Chris and Lou, that Slot MC 365 and Slot Sister.
Yep.
You did that collaboration. It was the challenge between all four of you. But that's not what I remember. I remember the after StreamYard that you guys had
on the show.
So I do remember that. That looked like so much fun. I wanted to be
part of it. So much fun.
That was part of it. And that right there sort of started triggering the idea for these shows that I'm doing now.
Yeah. Because, and to be totally honest, if you go back to my challenges of starting my channel, one of the best things that I did was I got hooked up with those three groups. So those three people, Slot Sister, Chris and Lou, and Slot MC, like just the four of us just shot ideas back and forth. We came up with challenges. We decided on a bunch of different stuff we could do to entertain people. And I would say like that networking was huge for me in the confidence of continuing to build up the channel. Like it made such a difference. And I know you were early on part of our crew, and we were always right around the same numbers, trying to get started out. We'd message each other back and forth about, trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers, trying to get those watch hours.
Exactly.
And
real quick, J-Real Slots. Real quick, J-Real Slots. Why is gambling? Why is Granny's background in the background? Wait, sorry. Why is Granny's banner in the background? So confused. Gambling Granny is the supporter for this particular episode of Nightcap with Rhino Man. She is a channel supporter. I put her banner up there because I appreciate all the things that Gambling Granny has done for me over the past year. So that's why her banner's out there. Thank you. Sorry, Pat.
Okay. Hey, J-Real. Good to see you.
So yeah, we were right around that same stage, and I think of it like the graduating class of 2020 or 2021 or wherever you want to call it, because we all went through some of those same struggles around the same time.
And that was honestly huge too, to know other people were in the same place as me, and to be able to talk to them, to just send you a message whenever and just say, hey man, had a rough week, like lost 10 subscribers again, YouTube's getting after me for whatever. And it was just nice to hear somebody say, hey, I'm in the same place right now, we're struggling together, let's keep pushing. It was huge.
And that's a good message to everybody out there. I know when we talk about the struggles of trying to get to 1K or 4K in hours, the struggle is watching those subscribers, watching each and every one. Oh, I just lost 2. I gained 3. I lost 4. If you just have fun, and now I'll ask you the question, but so the struggle was there getting to that 1K. What did you get to first, the 1K or the 4K an hour?
The 1K.
The 1K.
By a lot. Yeah. Okay. And that, honestly, it's tough because you get to 1K, you might have 200 or 300 people that are just subscribing because you're another channel out there and they watch slot videos sometimes. But consistent watch hours from subscribers is more important than getting 1,000 subscribers as fast as you can. So making good videos and giving people something to watch that they'll want to stick around to watch all of it, keeping that interest and having the returning viewers is so much bigger.
Without a doubt. I would tell people to just, a couple of things. I would tell people just enjoy what you're doing, post as much content consistently as you can. If you're posting one day a week, just post that 1 day a week and make it consistent over a matter of time. And don't worry about the subscribers. They're going to come. Just post consistently and just make sure you do it. The other thing, work on the watch hours first. If you have 100 subscribers, if you have 200 subscribers, don't worry about that. Start going live. Like Pat said earlier, my first video, I was like this. And I wouldn't say a word. I didn't know what to say. And then the videos that I would watch, I was like, okay, so they say, come on here. So I didn't do my own style. It was like, trying to do something else or trying to figure out what to say when the bonuses drop. But as you start doing it, you start developing your own personality. I quickly got over the fear of talking while I was pointing the camera at the machine. So that was the first hurdle. The second hurdle was going live. And
Saturday was my first live on YouTube.
What was that?
Saturday was my first YouTube live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did one other StreamYard live with Slot Sister back a while back.
Okay.
But this was my celebration live, and it really I cannot express to you the butterflies before I went live. Like just how nervous me, first of all, I'm already nervous to do just the recorded videos. Going on and doing a live video, the thing that I decided a while back was just I have to figure out a way to get my personality to loosen up. Because if you know me outside of the slot channel,
Okay.
I have a big personality, and I think that's because I like to cover up how afraid I am of every single person in the world. So once I figured out that like just be yourself, just relax, just enjoy things, and yeah, gamblers just said it.
He did. He
We
said
played off each other.
your
Like
first
having
live you
very-
did awesome.
Yeah, playing off each other in the live stream was fun. Like that's, and the crazy thing is that's how we are all the time. 100% of the time, we are just constantly back and forth. But when it comes to videos, I've always got that weird, like, uncomfortable feeling inside of like, who's gonna see this? Are they gonna like it? And I just have to learn. I'm a likable person, and I'll just be myself, and people will like it.
And that's really all you have to do. Just be after what you broke the cherry with that for live. So now the next one's going to be better. You should start going live as much as you can, whenever you can. One, it's a lot easier to go live. Just put it on the machine, start talking. Soon you'll forget it's even there, and you'll just start having a good time. Especially if both of you guys are bantering back and forth. You don't need to say anything else except what you guys would normally say if you're playing the machine next to each other.
Right.
That's that. Once that comes out, once you guys start doing that, it'll start taking off. I mean, there's not a lot of couple channels out there, and the ones that are do really good because you're getting the draw from males, females, couples, and you could take your channel in so many different directions after that. You know what I mean?
Plus, look how good looking she is. Why am I not taking advantage of that on my channel? Good Lord.
Right? That's
somebody
why
somebody married up, and it was me.
That's why Brandon from Lolo Slots doesn't have a channel. He would be shadowed in her beauty.
Brandon. Oh, poor Brandon.
Brandon is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Paid actors can help. J Real Slot says.
You see that?
Is that Lolo's?
It is.
There you go.
Lolo Slots.
I think she actually stepped out right now because she has her live going in a few minutes. So we'll be in this shortly so we can get on over there and help her out.
Yeah.
The struggle to 1K real. It took you how many months?
I didn't catch that. Sorry.
How many months did it take you to get to 1K?
5.
And then how many months did it take you to get to the 4K in hours?
8.
Okay. So there's the lesson, guys.
Yeah, it was stressful too. It was like just the thought of quitting creeps in so many times in between, like probably 500 subs and 1,000 subs, and then from 2,000 hours to 4,000 hours. There's just that constant feeling of like,
I'm not doing it. It's discouraging. It's discouraging. Okay, so let's take that feeling that you have and let's apply it to Lolo. Lolo had 20. I think she had like 24K, 2,400 in subs.
Yep.
Didn't have the watch hours.
Yeah.
She didn't have the watch hours. We were all playing her playlist, helping her out, trying to get her to that 4K watch hours. It was close to the end of the year. I think she was like 100 or so watch hours away, and then she hit it right at the end of the year.
Yep.
However, Filthy Slot Channel, what's up, guys? How you doing, bro? So it took her forever to get to that 4K mark for watch hours, and then when it flipped over to the beginning of the year, they took away like 600 watch hours from her because it started a new calendar year. So talk about being discouraged and being ready to go. I tell everybody, if you're having fun with it and you're starting to get discouraged because you're looking at your subs or you're looking at, your watch hours or whatnot, go back and look at your first video that you put out. That first video sucked so bad.
My first video was terrible.
And look where you're at now. So the thing is to keep that momentum going. You don't necessarily have to worry about your sub hours. You just got to put content out that makes you happy, and don't worry about it. Just keep putting content out there. If people start catching on, they like your personality, worry about your thumbnails, worry about your titles, worry about your descriptions, your hashtags. Those are the things that are going to boost you up right away. This is all coming from experience. So look at huge Filthy's in here. Don't pay attention to the status. Just put out the best content you can. That's his comment right there, and it's so true.
That is all of it right there.
You put out the best content you can. Stay positive. It's a marathon. It's not a race. So make sure you're consistent. Make sure you put out good content and keep improving on your content every time you put it out 1% better. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and something that I would say to newer channels, a big thing for me was when I'd go to play, if I didn't have a good session, I'd get discouraged about playing. And that was so hard for me because it's something that I enjoy doing so much. Like, I love gambling. I love playing the slots. That's why I have a channel. And I would go out and I'd have a night of putting $500 in and never getting ahead once. And it gets to you if you're putting that much pressure on yourself. It almost has to turn back around to do it because you love it and stop thinking about the channel.
Exactly. Up our way. Hi, RhinoManSlots and everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. And then Filthy said, believe in yourself. Set your GPS where you want to be, and then just thrive for. If he's getting ready to speaker soon. While he's playing poker, I think he's going to be doing motivational speeches at the same time. It's a combined effort, motivation and card play. So we're looking forward to that. But the hardest thing, as the Gambler Unknown says, the hardest thing to do is stay positive and upbeat when you're losing. We've all been there. We've all been behind the slot machine and we're getting our butts kicked. And how do you stay positive on that? But the reality is, that's the reality. If you're gambling, you're going to lose sometimes. So just
I talked to gamblers this weekend and we agreed. They still call it gambling. They don't call it always winning.
Exactly.
So there are going to be sessions that just go wrong and not anything you can do about it.
So what's your biggest win? 20. What is your biggest loss? Now that we're on the subject of loss, what is your biggest loss? How much have you went to the casino? Close your ears, Miss. That's
no,
Scout.
She does. Yeah, she can totally pay attention. I think in one night, probably the most I've ever lost. I have pretty strict personal rules about how much I'm willing to take with me in the first place.
Okay.
well, maybe like 2,500, and just one of those nights where it's just literally straight through just garbage the whole night.
Okay.
And it happens. I mean, and when you start out with more money, you play higher denominations, and if you start to lose on those, by the time you've decided that you should go back to your own lane and bet $1, you're already down $1,000. And then it's like, well, am I just going to lose it all on $1 at a time, or should I keep going with the bigger bets and see what happens? So,
Okay. So do you budget for your channel? Oh, I have two questions. One is, are you planning for this channel to be a business for you in the future?
at some point,
At
yes.
some point. Okay. Then the second part to that question is, do you budget per video? Do you budget what you're going to spend per video? Or, okay.
Yep.
Do you care to share with people out there what your budget per video on your channel?
So to make a video, my budget currently is somewhere, depending on what we have going on in our lives.
Okay.
To make a single video is usually like currently 100 to 200. I'll do a $100 video. If it doesn't come out well at all, I'll make a second attempt at it for another $100 video. In good situations where we are, in a good place, I'll take 500 to the casino, and there's always that possibility that I can make 5 good videos out of it.
Or even more, because I've been to a casino with $500 and I've turned it into like 12 videos. You know what I mean? Because you get on a roll and stuff happens. But when you go to the casino knowing that, hey, I'm gonna lose this, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt because that's your budget for that particular video. However, if you go to the casino and you're playing some free play and you kick that baby up to like $400 or $500 off of free play, and then you lose it all back, that hurts more because
it does.
You didn't go there to lose any money, but yet you played some free play, won something, and then didn't walk out of there when you had it to its highest point. That's the gambler's lifestyle right there. So biggest wins, biggest losses. Do you have plans for your channel to grow? We talked about, you maybe looking at this as a business in the future. What are your plans to make the channel grow later on?
Yeah, so something that you mentioned a little bit earlier on is a lot more collaboration with the wife, letting her actually start making some videos.
Okay.
So that there's a little more variety. A lot of other collaborations. So anybody interested, reach out. I'm ready to collaborate. I have a few people that I'm currently already collaborating with, working with them on a few videos. I don't know for sure whether or not I'll go into the scratching side of things.
Okay.
But that's always kind of been of interest to me anyway.
Speaking of that, guys, I got something for you in a minute. But on the collab issue, we could do side by side, much like we're doing here. However, you could be at your casino in Dells, and I could be at Yamava, and I could shoot you a link, and we could do it that way. We could do it from your channel. We could do it from my channel. I'll show you how to set it up, however you want to do it, and we could do side by side. One of us gets the bonus, the other one stops. Back and forth. It's like we're right next to each other, but we're hundreds of miles apart.
My first experience with StreamYard was awful. I couldn't figure out how to turn the camera around for the first 10 minutes. But I think, did you come in and save me? I think you might have.
With
there was the one with system.
I think it was either me or Slut Sister.
Yeah, we were messaging back and forth because StreamYard's a little different animal. It's something.
But once you get to know it, it has a lot of benefits, and they have new features coming out. Believe me, guys, I'm not sponsored by StreamYard at all.
Here it comes.
But I would definitely say StreamYard is one of the better streaming services that I've interacted with so far. And I've dealt with a couple of people from the company that are telling me about new features that are coming out, and I'm really excited about that. We'll be able to do a lot more with it, and I'm looking to play with it a lot more. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
StreamYard,
I mean,
for free service, and this is anybody starting a channel out there on the free. You have apps that are all free. You have StreamYard, which is free. They have a free service. You have High Winds Casinos in the house. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Melissa. You have apps that are free. You have your cell phone camera. You have a lot of things that are free. But as you start developing your channel, start developing those other features too. Pay for the subscription on StreamYard. You get a lot more out of it. You don't have that duck in the corner. So there's a lot of things. True. You can put your own logos on. There's a lot of stuff that you could do with the paid features that you can't do with the free features. However, starting out, I would say use all the free features you can. Jackpot Joe's Adventures and Slots, thank you for coming in.
Hey, Jackpot Joe.
Hey, did you see his video a couple of days ago? Or just yesterday, I think it was. The grand that he hit. That was right after the event.
Yeah.
Melissa went in. Melissa went in. He wasn't at High Winds, but she went into the casino computer system, and she flipped that switch on for him so he could hit that jackpot. I know she did. She said she didn't, but I know she flips that switch. Anyway, guys, so you were talking about scratchers. On the way home today, I said to myself, hey, you know what? I went and picked up dog food. I was like, hey, I got to get a couple of scratchers. I picked up 2 scratchers, okay? 2 $10 scratchers. First one I picked up, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. $20 winner. Nice. $20 winner on a $10 card. I only got 2 of them. Second one I scratched. $50 winner.
Nice.
So I spent $20. I got 70 back. Hey, I got to start doing scratchers now. Hey, the Gambler After Dark, I'm coming for you, bro. Anyway, just kidding. Hope you're well tonight.
Hey, I gotta tell you, I've actually played a little bit more Lucky Land recently, and obviously that's keeping me out of the casino like 5 days a week. Now I play a couple days at home, but man, I've had some serious wins on there, and their payouts easy. I'm not sponsored by Lucky Land, just saying I hit one of the grands. It was a 20-cent bet. I won $411.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It's just nuts. Some of the games on there are awesome. I see a lot of the bigger channels are starting to stream that. I know Bonsai has always been one of the streamers on, and now I've seen like Lady Luck, I think, goes on to Lucky Land. There's a couple other people that do.
I don't know if he's still in here, but Filthy has his own slot channel too. His own. I don't know if he's sponsored by it or if he started out his own online casino. So,
right on.
You got to go check that out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But how does that slot gal feel about you gambling at home?
It's actually nice because, I mean, then he's just at home and he doesn't leave the house and we get to hang out more. And I actually play Lucky Land too now.
See, I got her talked into the free $1 per day play. Yeah. So she's just
it's small, but
she's still trying to do her thing on it.
See, that would be too scary for me to play at home because I would be stuck at home just playing. Actually, I've thought about it. I've seen some YouTubers that play the slot online. They have their little face in the corner
Yep.
similar to this.
That $400 started from a free dollar.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, were you able to cash out and everything?
Yep. Yeah. So
Awesome.
anything you win, you have to play through the entire dollar. So it's kind of like free play.
Okay.
But then, like, if you pay to put something on your account, you have to play through that before you can cash it out. But anything you win, once you hit a certain minimum, you can cash out whatever.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the
and it's
question,
direct
guys, to everybody.
right away. Like a couple days, I get a direct deposit, and it's awesome.
That's the question I have for everybody in the chat. Do you play online slots? And if so, do you cash out with the app? Do you like online slots versus going to the casino? I know High Winds is in here, so everybody around High Winds, they don't play online slots, Melissa. They just go into High Winds. But everybody either play High Winds or they either play online or in a regular casino.
We did shout
Just
out
curious.
High Winds earlier in the stream, by the way. Now that you're here, we shouted them out before they came in.
Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you. They're wonderful over there. High Winds, not yet. Oh, she hasn't played online casinos yet. So I'm just curious how many slot channels actually play online casinos. I know there's quite a few out there. There's quite a few out there. Anyway, guys,
A majority of
it's
the
over
time
an
it's real
hour
quick.
now. What was that?
A majority of the time, my free dollar is real quick, couple of spins. But there's days when, like, you'll win a little bit off of it. You can play for a little while, and there's other days where you hit $1,000 and you've suddenly got $400 in your account.
Yeah, I heard the grands and the majors and everything else go up pretty big. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I think it could be kind of dangerous for me.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm curious to see how they did during COVID. They probably did fantastic.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah. Okay, Pat, I appreciate it. Anything you want to say to everybody out there before we let you go?
Just thanks everybody for even considering watching my videos. I do it all for fun. I love meeting the people. This is one of the greatest communities that there is, and everybody is so welcoming and helpful. Anybody that's a new channel, absolutely reach out to people, network. The people here are awesome, especially in little groups like this. You know, we're all kind of friends. Like I said, we're meeting people in Vegas that we don't know because we're slot channels. You know.
Hey, on that, anybody that's going to be in Vegas, 418, 426, he's going to be there. Do a collab video with him. Look him up. Reach out to him. It'll be a lot of fun. Me and you will be doing a collab video pretty soon, side by side, and we'll put that together. Everybody else, thank you for coming in. I know you could spend your time at a lot of other places. Really appreciate you coming in. And if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button before you hit checkout. Really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, let the good times roll. We'll see you then. Bye.